Fish Fam, it's Nikachu, Merfolk Master. I'm here with my brother, and we are going to play Azorius Merfolk 2.0. My former Azorius Merfolk deck
sucked.
No, it was okay. It was okay, but it needs some tweaking. It needs some, it needs to evolve, and I think I know exactly where to take it to the next level, because there's something there, something with ephemerate. It is working to get value out of our blinky creatures, any of our ETB creatures, a master of waves, and we just have to find the perfect shell for it. And if you love Azorius Merfolk and Merfolk of all flavors, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Now, so the deal is this. I had my Fusion 5K. I went 3-3. Wasn't a bad result, especially since I didn't run very well. I mulliganed down to 4 quite a few times. Mulliganed down to 4 versus the Thoughtseize deck. Oh god, that was brutal. Almost won that game too. But here's the deal. Prismatic Ending has been just awful every single time I play it. Like, sometimes it's good, but it's really bad when I'm waiting to play it against something and I just don't have enough white mana to like really utilize it, or I have to play at sorcery speed, which is no good. So you know what? I just want to scrap it. I don't need that card. If there's any creatures on turn 1 like Dragon Rage Channeler, Ragavan, I'll get them with the Harbinger or Merfolk Trickster. We can delay it a little bit. But you know what? I'd like to try to play Subtlety in the main deck, because Subtlety in combination with Ephemerate, I think is not a bad. You know, you think about the math here. Okay, so let's say I play Subtlety. Let's say they play Ragavan turn 1. I play Subtlety with a white mana up, and then I ephemerate my Subtlety. So I lost a blue card, and I lost the ephemerate, but they lose the Ragavan. Yeah, they can put on top of their deck, but they're still down a card. So essentially, I have made a force of will out of this, where I mean, it normally would be the same thing even if I don't use Ephemerate, but I still lost 2 cards, and they lost a card. But I got to keep something on the board. I have the Subtlety on the board. So I think that is a bonus. So I think trying to play with Subtlety in the main deck to play a turn 1 Ephemerates on it is actually going to be fine. We end up with a 3/3 creature, and we still spent 2 cards to nail their one. What else do I want to say about this deck? I shed a lot of the fetch lands and the shock lands. I'm just like, I don't want these anymore. We're gonna run Wanderwine Hub, Seachrome Coast, one more Iganjo, Seed of the Empire for removal. I want less damage. Damage just matters against the Murktide decks versus the Hammer Time decks versus the Burn decks. It just matters too much. Sometimes this will be clunky on turn 4, and yes, I will be weak to Blood Moon. I will be weak to Blood Moon. There's just nothing I can do about that. But I want to limit how much damage I'm taking with this deck. It's just too much of a beating. It's worth it. It's making games way too tight, way too close. So be gone damage. If they play Blood Moon on me and it resolves, whatever, I'll lose. We're not completely dead to Blood Moon. We do have Ether Vial. I have like 3 fetch lands and 3 basic islands now, so not super cold dead to that, but that's the adjustments I want to make. I'm gonna try to play with Rest in Peace.
Also at Ottawa, you can bounce with Ottawa.
But I need an island out.
Yeah, but you will.
I mean, I can. Yeah, I could bounce. I do have an answer in the main deck, I guess. I do have the Ottawa Soaring City, so if we have a basic island out, we could activate it. And it's easy to activate as well. I think the deck does need some graveyard hate. I had none before, so we'll play with Rest in Peace. I'm going to have 1 Blast Zone in the main so I can curve into my 4-drops a little bit more comfortably. And again, I've added more lands that are removal. Blast Zone, which can clean up Hammer Time big time. Nombo with the Ether Vial, but we don't have any other 1-drop, so it shouldn't affect us too much. And again, Joe as a removal spell. Another Blast Zone in the sideboard. Anytime we're going to take out Ether Vial for those grindy matchups. We're going to test Teferi Time Raveler. This is a chat favorite. Everyone wants me to play Teferi Time Raveler. And truth be told, it has a place in this metagame. Crashing Footfalls, Living End. But mostly only if we're on the play. If we're on the draw, this might be too slow, too late. But who knows? Maybe it's still good enough. Maybe it's still good enough. I imagine I could bring this in against Jund or any sort of Black-Green X, Death Shadow-ish deck. For the most part, I don't expect that we can defend this card very well, but hopefully it will be good enough. It's an experiment. We're going to see what happens. Then we got our usual like counterspell package. It's possible that one of these or 2 of these could be a Flusterstorm, which would also be good versus the Cascade decks. Counterspell and Force Negation can be quite clunky sometimes, but it's still a good counterspell suite. And 2 Spreading Seas. And with that, Let's get into our league.
Or
We
deliver.
lost the die roll. This hand could do absolutely nothing because we don't have a Merfolk to reveal the Silver Gill Adept. Yes. 2 cards
You're already
to draw.
ahead.
We're not ahead.
The mulligan.
In fact, we're on the draw. Okay, I'm gonna mulligan. They mulligan, we'll mulligan. This hand's good. We can keep this. And
They went to 5.
I'll keep and I'll dump the glass pool. Maybe I should down. No, I'll dump glass pool mimic. Slip out the back would be useful too. No, it's not the same because you need to blink something. Like you need to blink something immediately. Swift spear. Oh my god. Do you know what this is? This is prowess. Okay, we need to get now hopefully this blast zone strategy is gonna work. See, the whole idea is we stall, then we get to 4 lands. Blast zone, baby! I've always wanted to blast zone a prowess deck to oblivion.
Most of their creatures are only 1 mana.
They're not actually, but and still nothing to do, huh? Okay, so well, they know what's coming. I showed them the trickster.
Wonderwine is very unique. There's no really other land where you have to reveal a creature type to play it untapped.
Prowess back to 2019. Yeah, let's go for the 5-0 dream. Let's get this list published again. Again and again and again.
And again and again.
So what, is Saturday's not good enough for you? Or Sunday's better?
Yeah.
I'm thinking honestly of moving the gameplay streams to the evening.
Get
And
that
I would
European.
No, not really. It's just I would free up my weekend. Because otherwise I'm streaming for like 6 days straight. And actually Saturday is not too bad for me to make like make videos for my main channel. Because that's when there's less construction workers working. There's like tons of construction outside my window. And on weekdays it's like harder to film. So much harder to film.
I thought it was just going to be a 3-story building. Look at what's happening over there.
I know.
Pretty soon that thing's going to be a real Ottawara. Just going to build it right into the clouds.
Yeah, this is not a very eventful trickster, but whatever. They knew it was coming. Their hand must really suck. They've already made 3 land drops. Let's get Swifty, Rick and Morty or something. Oh, by the way, as we get into this game, we're going to thank our sponsors, FusionGamingOnline.com. You one-stop shop for all your paper Magic needs. I've got all my... Ooh, what a waste. I got all my cards ready for the Fusion 5K with using Fusion Gaming Online's great inventory of modern singles. I got them blast zones from them. You can support the channel buying singles from Fusion Gaming Online using coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get yourself 5% off all your purchases. And we're going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. And your route to playing any deck you want in Modern. Support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_WBN. Alright, so this is awkward. This has always been awkward. Stormwing Entity is a huge pain in the ass. Big creature, big fatty. But they've run out of cards, which is some good news. I don't want to play Aether Vial because I plan to blow up this thing with Blast Zone. Or do I? Maybe I'll play Aether Vial anyway, because I never know when I may never get another land with this.
What is the name of the overlay under your camera?
It's some sort of Twitch, sorry, MTG bot, chat bot thing. What is the name? Thank you very much for the $2, Phobos. I can't remember what it's called. You could Reddit it, find it, Google it, and like there's some Reddit page about it. Yeah, that's the best I could do. I don't remember how I got this thing set up. Okay, I do have to play this. The question is, do I play Sveiloon? You know, there's not a good chance that they kill Sveiloon, so maybe I should play it. And then maybe I'll bounce this thing with Harbinger later. It's just, this is an awkward card to bounce. This is a very awkward card to bounce. I don't like bouncing this card.
Yeah, it's mtgbot.tv. Because you have in your sources list there.
Hmm. Well, this could be bad news. If I can get Master of Waves down and none of my creatures are dead, could be good. How tall am I? I'm 10. Sorry,
Apple's tall.
Fat 5'9". I used to be 5'10". I'm shrinking. One day I went to the doctor and
Yeah, but it's the size of an ant's foot.
they measured my my height. They asked me, how tall are you? It's 5'10". They measured me. No, you're 5'9". What are you talking about, Willis? Drop Ether Vial on the Adept. It's not that's not a terrible line, but when there's a Lava Dart out, actually, Silver Gill Adept is really bad if there's Lava Dart out. This is a big chunky creature, although I'll probably take a big pile of damage here. You gotta be careful, because this Blast Zone will blast them away.
What are they doing? Why are
They're
they
deciding,
wasting so much time?
they're thinking really hard about their expressive iteration. Alright, they got another Lava Dart. Ooh, shit. They could do a lot of damage here. So they can cast Lava Dart from their hand. How many mountains do they have? They actually have only one mountain. So they can only sack one mountain with Lava Dart. So it's 2 damage each. This is an additional 2 damage each. Do I die? I might throw the Trickster here. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, let's not let any of this through. And I don't really want to lose my Svaeloon. Yeah. To the face. But that's it. Interesting. Alright. I'm at 11, which is not bad. It's not bad at all. I'll take that. Okay, I could play Master of Waves. That'll deal with this thing perpetually. And I just have to deal with this in the future. Can I die next turn? Maybe to a burn spell. Okay, let's attack first.
See what you draw.
See what I draw.
Big game. Huge.
I kind of want Subtlety or something. Well, lands are not bad. I mean, I curved out. I'm not gonna complain. So I have the option to bounce Stormwing Entity in mid-combat, which is not a bad line. After they've burned all their Lava Darts down. Or I can play Master of Waves. But the problem with that is if my opponent has, like, Lightning Bolt, I will die, right? I'm pretty sure I will die. I will go to 10. They Lava Dart me twice. I go to 8. This thing goes to 5. And if they... Oh, no, I can't. They can't Lava Dart me twice. They can only Lava Dart me once. Bouncing this thing is so dangerous.
Do it anyway. Hey, it's Monster CC.
Alright. I'm gonna live on the edge here. Living on the edge.
Don't know what it is at all. Those are new.
And then we'll have Harbinger ready for next turn.
Is that a crab?
Is there a link to the deck list? There will be in a minute. I'll do it during the break.
Is that a crab?
What crab?
The elemental token.
Yeah, it is. They replaced the wave. I'm not happy about that. I'm not in love with the crab.
I like the crab.
I like the horsey. I like the water horsey more. I'm a water horsey person. It's hard to find those water horses. Like, I can't even give them out to my patrons anymore. I was giving out a water horse to, like, to my highest tier patrons, like, every month for, like, 5 years, and I've run out, more or less. That is effing dangerous as hell.
Morpho still isn't banned.
No, it's still not bad. Well, this deck just died on the spot when Rogvon came out. It just became a worse blue-red deck. You want to go? You want to go, Swiss Bear? I got you figured out. Sprite Dragon, Flying and Haste. Damn it, that's actually a really big problem. Okay, so Lava Dart me. Take... Too much evasion here. Too much evasion.
Does Stormwing have flying?
Huh?
Does Stormwing have flying?
Yes.
Oh.
Which is very frustrating.
It's dumb.
Oh, you fool. Whatever. Okay, so you smack me for 1. That's
Spankety,
5.
spankety.
5. Oh no, you can hit me twice actually. Right? Okay, so you... Oh no, no, these are all in the graveyard. So you can only hit me for 1 if you wanted to. So 1, 5, sorry, 6, 7, 8. I go to 2. Good God. And then I would be effectively dead because I can't beat both of them. I can't beat both of these next turn.
When are you going to add more emojis and badges for YouTube members?
When I get off my ass and do it. It's basically it is. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. I have a lot of like random visual. It's not even that hard.
Get dry cat food.
They got rid of their mountain. The last mountain. Fortunately, I'm not in a position to attack back for the win. Can't deal with both Stormwing and this other guy. I guess if I draw a Harbinger or a Trickster or an Ephemerate, I can. Alright, so Harbinger, Trickster, and Ephemerate are all good ones. Harbinger, Trickster, Ephemerate are all...
Juicy.
Yeah, sure. Oh, Soulscar Mage. I don't really care about you. And we have 2 draws because we have the Sphaloon out. Wow, this is such a nice card, but it's pretty useless right now. So we will... Actually, I also have the Silvergill Adept. So we actually have a lot of draws still to go. How to attack. Is there any way... Hold on. Is there any way I can... I can't win here, right? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 14. No chance.
I only have a beard when I don't shave. LOL, didn't notice it had protection.
Glass pool. Does that help me here? It almost helps me, but it's not good enough.
Silvergill. Help us, Silvergill Adept, your only hope.
This actually would help, except I have to crack a fetch here. They'll put me to 1, and then the Sprite Dragon can just be hard cast from hand and then kill me. But it was very close to helping. So now what I have to do is play Silvergill Adept and hope I draw exactly Ephemerate, and nothing else would do it.
Interesting choice of block.
I think that's it. I have to play Silvergill.
Hoping for that Trickster.
Why do you have to have haste? That's stupid. It's funny, under normal circumstances, this hand is so good. I just took a smidge to... No, I'm not hoping for a Trickster. I'm hoping for... Okay, hold on. We actually should... Do we thin the deck? Chat, do we thin the deck? If I thin the deck, I'm dead. No, we don't thin the deck. Because then I'm dead to a mountain from this last lava dart.
Come on, big.
Who knows? Maybe if we went first, we would have been able to win. Whatever. Okay. I'll just let them go and kill us. I don't want to play the Harbinger because I don't want to show them that we have this in our deck. Okay, we dead.
Well, I could have told you that like 8 times ago.
Nikachu, is your brother heavily bearded? No, not heavily bearded, just slightly bearded. He's got that beard that's like he hasn't shaved in a long time.
Longest I ever went was like 8 months.
Okay, what do we want in this matchup? Teferi actually might be good. Okay, we definitely want Blast Zone.
Does he sell merch? Yes, he does. You can buy Nikachu aluminum siding.
You know what? Actually, I'm in talks with a new merch company. Because right now I have Teespring, and honestly, I hate them. Teespring it's like Teespring is like one of the easiest things you can set up, but it sucks. I should also write this down on the
Nikachu shoelaces.
Get back to
Nikachu syrup. Nikachu seat warmers.
more high quality merch site contacted me. Merchandising, merchandising.
Nikachu hearing aids.
Okay, what do we have here? What do I want here? Do I want Rest in Peace? Rest in Peace doesn't do anything. I may not even bring in anything. Like, this deck is pretty optimized. Not in love with I mean, Force Negation hitting Expressive Iteration might be worth it.
Nikachu electromagnetic wind turbine.
What do I want? I may not want to do anything. I might take out Silvergill Adept. Okay, Counterspell's no good.
Nikachu rack.
Teferi doesn't even do much.
Pool Q rack.
It would just force my opponent to play at sorcery speed. But I think this is more or less how I want to play the deck. Okay, I'm on the play. Maybe Teferi is good. I can cast sorcery spells, although they had flash. Does this count? No.
Rubber baby belly bumpers.
I'm not going to change anything. Oh, no, I have to change something. Okay, I'll take out one Silvergill Adept, because Silvergill Adept is a 1 toughness creature. Generally not very good in this matchup. So I brought in the Blast Zones. Oh, sorry, Blast Zone. 1 Blast Zone. This hand has just... This hand's not great, but I'll keep it. It's a bit slow.
What if somebody offered you your own line of canned tuna?
Get your daily dose of mercury.
Nikachu gourmet coffee grounds and coffee filters.
Yeah, the money is in the coffee filters, people. The money is in the coffee filters. Okay, this is great, so I'm curving out. I'm just thinking I should maybe actually not even play Master of the Pearl Trident, just wait till I can play Svaeloon, and I should pitch this to Subtlety, because otherwise this is probably gonna die. Or maybe not. Okay, so when they play a creature, I'm gonna Subtlety pitch the other Subtlety and keep Master of Waves. It's a tough decision sometimes when you got these subtleties. Like, it's a pretty good card. Like, it's a really good card in this matchup. And they have a clunky hand, obviously. Like, it's really good versus that Storm stupid idiot. I think I'm gonna play Ottawa and pass.
Niggas with the egg cooker.
Deck box with the egg cooker. Look, it can cook more than just eggs. It's just for eggs if you prefer that way.
What are you talking about?
Hmm?
What are you talking about?
The duck box that you made. Remember?
Oh, that thing.
How do you miss that? You invented it. That was your invention.
Totally forgot.
Well, that's interesting. Pass. Passes the turn.
Yeah, it can do a lot of things, actually.
I guess I'll play this again, Joe, to the Empire, because I don't want to take any damage if I don't have to. Well, this is a pretty good card. This is an okay card versus their deck. Alright, hopefully this resolves. Hopefully no mystical dispute here. F me. Alright. Now I want my Glasspool Mimic back so I can copy Master of Waves. I might be in a situation where I Subtlety whatever they play, and then I can, like, cast the next Subtlety. Oh, do they have Mystical Dispute here, too? They're playing like a control deck. Looks like they went the control route. Alright, I'm gonna have to deal damage to myself, which is not something I want to do. Damn, so it looks like they're gonna play like Sprite Dragon. What do they do actually? They put it on top of their deck, yeah. The way they're playing, it looks like they've got Counterspell or Mystical Dispute or something.
They've got it all.
They might. So this is very awkward. I've played my utility lands.
Fly into this.
Yeah.
Pips.
Counterspell?
Big pip.
Or they just didn't want to do anything about this? Or do you have like a burn spell and you'll just burn this thing? Do you still play a Boro? Not in this list. But if it was mono blue, I'd play a Boro. I don't think I'm missing much. Oh, that's a good sign. Whew. Whew! That's a good sign. Ah, you'll love it when they crack the land. When they crack the horizon land on the main phase in response to your spell, you know you're in good shape here. You know you're in very good shape.
Even if he has Anger of the Gods.
Alright, Sprite Dragon, let's see your worst. Yeah. And so it begins. Subtlety is working. If they have CS, they would...
Counterspell.
Okay, they would have played it on Subtlety. Maybe not! Because this is not like... I mean, probably. Like, I agree, probably. But maybe there's a world where they're like, this is not worth burning the counterspell because they know Master of Waves is in the deck. Sacre bleu! Which Subtlety artwork do you play in paper? This one. I actually just don't like the other one. I know it's a fancier card, but like, I just don't like it.
Is Hearthstone online only, or is that an actual physical game you can play?
I think they tried to go physical, and it failed miserably, and then they just gave up. Yeah, Subtlety got extra stats from Master Waves. Now, I still would have preferred to attack. It's very important. I still prefer to attack with the Subtlety first, because if they had Lightning Bolt, I want to get in some damage before I play Master of Waves and pump it up. Because after I play Master Waves, now they're like, okay, now I gotta play Light. Like, if I played Master Waves first and this thing, Subtlety, was untapped, then they have to play Lightning Bolt on the Subtlety.
7/7.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage, but I'm attacking for... Well, my clock is good. Whoa, whoa, ho, ho! Okay, so I have a decision here. Come on, let's just... Can I kill? Sweet 5, 6, 7, 13. Yeah, that's a kill. Oops, cast. Because otherwise, I could hold up Trickster and be guaranteed. So it pumps up the Subtlety and pumps up the Elementals. Because otherwise, I could be guaranteed to play around. I could not play the thing, and then I could play Trickster and have 3 mana for Mystical Dispute on the Sprite Dragon. Poof. But it kills them, so I'll play it here. Yeah, Synergy! It's an Elemental. Okay, we're on the draw, which is a big deal. So we're on the draw now. I'll probably bring in some number of Force Negations.
2.
Maybe I'll take out all the Silver Gill Adepts. Bring in 3. And at, like, worst case scenario, I can pitch it to Subtlety. Looks good enough. The only thing certain in Magic is that it will always be really strong. Makes you wonder if banning Lightning Bolt would change that.
This whole game would collapse if you banned Lightning Bolt.
Maybe Elemental decks are sleeping on Master of Waves, maybe. This hand... It's a bit of a dangerous hand. I'm going to keep it, though. I don't like Trickster at all in this matchup. Okay, I like that. Okay, that changes everything. I should actually play the Glasspool Mimic. That was a huge mistake, because now I cannot curve into... I want to play a Trickster. Well, we'll see what happens, but... Ideally, I want to play, like... I could play Glasspool Mimic, then play Island to get Trickster, and then play Sphaloon, and then have Blast Zone ready. But now, this is a tap source. So
oh, he's on a 1-lander.
That's also dangerous for me. Get a Hollow Fountain. Okay, we got our untap source. Nice. I will upkeep. Actually, do I upkeep? Yeah, I'll upkeep. Trickster.
They shouldn't be allowed to see your stops. Should be a mystery.
They can't see my stops. It is a mystery.
No, but they've got their set that you can see. Top and bottom.
No, that's not what I can see. This is me making a stop. These are my own stops for them. See, I'm making these stops.
But then why do you have the top and bottom?
Because it's a stop. I automatically have the game stop on their turn and my turn. So the ones on the top are for their turn, the ones on the bottom are for my turn. Okay. This is when I want the game to stop. It's complicated. It's complicated. All right, so we're gonna... Everything's gonna work pretty well here. Pretty smooth. Oh no, they got a second land. They're back in business. That's actually... And that Soulscar Mage is a problem. How to deal with the menace.
Can't you just... How much is it to pop blast them?
Let's see. I think I'm going to Aganjo one of these things if I'm allowed. Hopefully I'm allowed. Ugh, I want to play Wanderwine Hub, but then it'll reveal I have nothing. Okay, so we're in a pretty good spot to...
Take over the game.
I think I'm just going to play Island. Do I'm going to pass? Pass. Finally, I get to use this card.
Well, maybe.
I must brainstorm deck ideas now around that for Pioneer. What? Imagine Risen Reef into Master of Waves. Oh yeah, like Bishark is all over that. He loves that. Oh! It's gonna be great. It's only gonna be a 2-for-1 because I do plan on using a Ganjo here.
A Ganjo sounds like an enemy from Banjo-Kazooie.
How much damage am I gonna take? I mean, just in case. I'll block this. And I can always ephemerate my Trickster if I need to. So I don't really want to. So if they play, like, it might actually, what would this be? 1-for-1. Am I gonna let these things attack? Probably just gonna, again, like, can you... Okay, so I don't really want this thing to go to the graveyard, because then they can do it again.
Decklist review.
So I'll just shoot this thing off now. So this is not going to be as much value as I want it to be, but it's going to be good, because I'm still, like, saving a lot of damage. What is this? I'm going to use 1, 2, 3 cards to eat up their 1, 2, 3 cards. So they can play one more. They need to play like 2 more spells. So if they even play like Lava Dart here, goes to the... Oh, they have a Lava Dart in the graveyard already. Ooh, shoot. I did not calculate that. Oh, no, it doesn't matter. If they have a Lava Dart in hand, it just still doesn't save the Swift Spear here. This is the first time I've ever used a Ganjo. Blow something up. This is great. But I can't let the Oh, I guess I could... No, yeah, I can't let the Lava Dart resolve, because then they just play, like, Bolt to my face, sack, Steam Vents, and then it would go through. Vapor Snag. The Swift Spear! Are you kidding me? What a weird play. It's gonna work out, because I got this damn Blast Zone here. Alright. Wish I had 1 more mana for Ephemerate, but I don't. Now what do I do? I could play Sfealoon, try to block. They got 2 Lava Darts now in the graveyard. I think I just can't take any more damage. I'll just pass. They'll attack, I'll blow it up. They'll play a Swift Spear. It's fine. Just gotta keep the life total high and dry.
No Blood Moon. Don't do it.
Manamorphose. These are wastes of triggers. I think that... I mean, I'm not sure, but I think the right move is just to attack. Maybe me crack my Blast Zone. Otherwise, I'm taking damage. Alright. Because these are all wasted prowess triggers.
She's gonna Vapor Snag both of them away.
You have Blast Zone, isn't that game. No, not really. This deck is resilient, like expressive iteration. One expressive iteration can get them right back into this game. I'm effectively at 10 life. There's 2 lava darts in the graveyard.
But they need mountain.
They have a mountain.
They have 1 mountain.
They have 1 mountain. Monster CC with the breakfast burrito. I'm gonna get myself a sausage and egg McMuffin later today. Nicholas says he's coming. All right. Maybe too much information. What do you want to do? Attack? Maybe not attack?
Pop. I was going to Vapor Snag both of them away.
You know what? I could actually be royally screwed. Yeah, maybe they have Vapor Snag in hand. I mean, they could still have counter spells, you know? I'm not really prepared to beat a counter spell at the moment.
Big. All right. Okay. Well, I mean, all I could really play would be like Spell Snare.
No, the Mystical Dispute is like the #1 thing they could play. I'm pretty good. I'm pretty prepared versus removal, but I'm not prepared versus a counterspell. Yeah, they got it. Alright, so we are dead. We could just easily be dead here.
Well, you still got the Ephemerate.
Yeah, but it's useless if I have no creatures on the
Oh,
battlefield.
it's only for yours?
No, it's, yeah, of course. If this was
You
for
control.
also the opponent's creatures too, that'd be ridiculous. Alright, so I'm probably dead here. Damn, we needed to kill all the Swift Spears. Maybe it wouldn't have worked anyway because they had Vapor Snag. And there's the Sprite Dragon. No. Okay, well now this game is just going the way it usually does. I wonder if it's now a little bit more even. I think this blue-white deck has a lot more chance in this matchup than my usual mono blue deck. Especially with the Blast Zone tech. That helps a lot. Because without Blast Zone, I would be normally just stone dead in this situation. It's still tough because they've got the Sprite Dragons and the, what's it called? Stormwing entities. But I think I have a lot more game here. This is a lot close. I'm not getting completely steamrolled. Am I dead here, or is it close? No, I go to 1, but that's not good enough for me. No, I have nothing to play. Glass pools for days. Whoops.
You should still use your Reganger just for...
Huh? What, send a message?
Yeah.
Okay, let's send a message. Time to send the message. How much would it hurt us if we had 1 fetchable Triome? A lot. I didn't like Prismatic Ending, even for 3 drops. Like, I didn't even barely play it for 1 drops. I didn't want it for 3 drops. I was starting to think I should play Isolate, but then when I thought that far, I'm like, we should just not play this thing at all. Sorcery speed removal in Merfolk is just too poor. Okay, let's at least try to kill this Sprite Dragon. I don't like you.
I never liked you. Die.
So of course it can completely backfire.
Vapor
But I
Snag.
want to go after the bigger creature. Okay, that's enough for me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, opponent. Well, that's a rough matchup. But it was way more even, especially when we had the subtlety thing going on. I think what makes a big difference is if who's on the play on the draw. Always on the draw in this matchup, it was brutal. But when we were on the play, it felt like a game. It even felt like a game in game 1. They had a pretty good rollout with all the 1-drops here. We almost stabilized, but I sort of ran out of threats here. Just ran out. All right, well, for everyone watching the stream, we're going to keep streaming, but for everyone on the replay, that's it for today. We're going to thank everyone for joining us. I'll see you guys in the next game.